My talk is largely philosophical and it's applicable to everyone, not just a second generation in a corporate hospital. Uh, I'll try and finish in 5 minutes. A corporate hospital is basically a system. And I think what really makes an organization or a whole industry progress is when you think beyond a lifetime. Part of the problem of medicine, the fact that we are not united as a group, which we often say, is that each of us, think up to our lifetime, and we sometimes don't think beyond. Johnson & Johnson, Alcon, etc., they all think beyond a lifetime, and the industry gets stronger and better aggregated. So if we learn to live beyond a lifetime through not only our next generation, or through other professionals who we pass on to the system to, we create a legacy, and that really helps the industry. So, can I? So anyway, I'll just share the philosophy. I think I found a lot of gyan in mythology or the ancient Indian wisdom, which is not just ancient, it's actually eternal. So who is the CEO of the world? It is Vishnu. So Vishnu ji has actually taught us how to run the world in different generations. So he came to the world first as Parshuram. Parshuram is the classic founder of any organization. He is the disciplinarian. All stories you hear about any organization, the first person is the strongest disciplinarian. He is the person who makes the rules, who executes the rules, who decides, and who really is sometimes a little feared. I'll just finish in 2 minutes, sir. It's just something that...
So no, it's not 5 minutes, sir. Please give her some time. It's fine.
So Parshuram came as a disciplinarian. The next version was Ram. Ram had an unskilled army. He had an army of Vanars. So he had to take all the decisions himself. He had to lead by example. His story is called the Ramayana. So the first generation attracts a lot of fame and a lot of individual identity. The third avatar, which is I think what the second generation needs to move to, is Krishna. Krishna always worked not for the rules, but for the vision, because he had a skilled army. He had Yudhishthir, he had Arjun, so he could never tell them exactly what to do. Come at 9 a.m., go at 6 p.m. That wasn't his task. His task was to mentor, coach, and guide. And therefore, his epic is called the Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita. It is not known for him by name, unlike the Ramayana. So as an institution evolves and as leadership evolves, you move from being a Parshuram to a Ram to a Krishna. And the ultimate beauty is to create an institution that is sustainable without you. So you detach from the institution as Buddha and you move on to your journey. If, however, you feel that the institution you have created is not good for social reasons or parts of it are not good, you must turn into the Kalki and destroy the negative so that the positive persists. I'd also like to share 2 short stories about the role of the first generation. The first is that when Kalki comes back in the human avatar, the teacher of Kalki is Parshuram. So it is the first generation who always trains and passes on the legacy. The second is during Mahabharata, when the Pandavas went to Hanuman, who's again a Chiranjeevi from the Ram age, they said, please fight with us. He said, I can't do that. It is your battle. But he said, I will sit on the chariot as a flag. So every time Arjun was hit by the bows of Karan, it was because Hanuman was sitting on his chariot that he did not move back. So the first generation is the shock absorber for the second generation. And here I'm not talking about generations by birth, but generations of professionals. So it is the first generation that nurtures the second generation. I'd just like to end by a quote, which I think Dr. S. Arvind said, and it really inspired me. He said that Dr. V threw a stone and created a waveform. can be a propagation of that waveform, but you as a second generation or a second generation leader have another stone. Throw your stone, create a resonance of the waveform, and it is in the resonance of two different waveforms that the ultimate beauty lies. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ritika. We learn from the next generation.